Hello YouTube, how you guys doing today? Thanks for stopping by and being a passenger on the P Reacts Daily Train. I appreciate everybody that's been coming by and helping me out with the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out, especially since I'm a newer channel, and it really helps with the algorithm. Also, don't forget this is not a substitute for the original content. So go over to the original artist, watch the video on their channel, show them some love, give them a like. Also, we're not doing any redistribution of any of the content, so we're not really breaking any copyright rules or laws. So we'll get started with this video as soon as we see our disclaimer. Alrighty, in today's video, we're going to be doing some of the warning, and we're doing the Mayday in the Making episode 1 intro. And I think there's episode 2 that connects to it. So I think these are like 5 minutes a piece or something like that. So let's watch these 2 videos or whatever and see what we have here. This was a request by a subscriber, by the way. So let's get into it and check out this video. Let me make sure everything's showing, and it's not. So let's go here. There we are. All right, now let's get started.
Pelo bien.
Primero,
We are ready.
el nombre o de que los nombres individuales y luego la banda o al
No,
revés?
okay.
Okay.
No. Hi, we're the warning.
I'm
I'm
Daniela.
Daniela.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes a lot more
Okay.
sense. Hi, I'm Daniela.
I'm Paulina. I'm Alejandra.
And we are the warning.
This third album, I can honestly say with a lot of confidence, is that it's the best thing that we've ever done.
The new album, how to describe it? It's the warning on steroids.
They can all play their instruments like no one I've ever seen. If you listen to this album, you know this is a rock band. It's not a female rock band or a young rock band. This is a rock band.
And then they brought the demos. I was like, you guys are kidding me. It's like, do you ever write a bad song? It's at another level. The warning at another level.
Working on the album with David and Rick was a little bit nerve-wracking at first because we know what we want to hear.
I was really nervous that David was gonna be like, no, I hate all this and let's do something different. Like, we were prepared to fight over our songs.
We literally told them, like, we are super picky. Picky.
You see how far you can push day one. And you started to talk about a song I didn't like. I said, I don't like this song. And I had 3 girls right up in my face together. And they talk in Spanish.
It's somewhere between like the buddy system and gang mentality, in my opinion. You know, they travel in a pack.
Like a gang of lionesses circling the prey.
I think that if we were not sisters, like, this would have fallen apart so quickly.
Having 3 girls being amazing, talented musicians at such a young age, and then having those 3 girls be sisters and so connected, that doesn't happen.
I can't believe that my daughter, like, what moment that happened, how?
Being in a band with your family is great. We experience everything as a family that it'd be weird, like, to experience it alone and then come to my family like, oh my god, this happened. No, it's like a thing. It happened to all of us. It always happens to all of us.
So yeah, this is pretty nice. Get to learn a lot about what's going on and how some of it works and all that kind of thing. Yeah, it'd be kind of nice having your whole family there. You know, you got your three girls, the mom, the dad, maybe some cousins and stuff as bandmates, or not bandmates, but the people that set up the stuff, and the roadies or whatever they call them. But yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the one producer guy, he was they're all three up in my face. That's funny, like lionesses and stuff. So yeah, I could see that happening, especially if you're like getting them upset. They're all gonna gang up on you like that. But yeah, let's check out some more of this.
Happened. No, it's like a thing. It happened to all of us. It always happens to all of us.
I'm used to being in a room for 3 months with a band. This instance, I've never experienced it before. I've never had the parents in the studio. And then their manager came. Now I've got the guardians. I definitely didn't get to be me because I usually swear like a trooper and say all sorts of inappropriate things in the studio because nobody's filming me usually. I've never experienced anything like that, and I probably never will again the rest of my career.
You know, they're going to get where they want to go. They strike me as workaholics, and they're on a mission. I mean, this is their dream, this is their destiny, and they're going to do it.
Their best work yet. And that's not just because they're our daughters.
It's an amazing feeling. A big accomplishment for them.
I mean, they've been through David Bendeth boot camp.
Yep. Survive. Is it wrong?
I have never been so on time.
This does sound more like a synth. Going once, going twice. Die for me.
Wow. What a performance. Beautiful, beautiful. What a voice.
Gambaré.
What a special voice you have. I hold a certain standard to the records I make. Of course, they've almost earned a rite of passage in the sense that they've played on their record everything.
That's all them, you know. They did it, they played it, they killed it.
When we started working with David, we just took it to like a whole new level. And we're so happy with the result. And I'm just super, super excited for it to be public and for people to listen to it and hear what people have got to say. Because I am so proud of what we did. So proud.
All right, that was part one of the two, and this is going to be part two. And this one, yeah, it's about 5 minutes also. So yeah, cool. Let's make sure we got this on good. There we are. Give that a like. Yeah, don't forget to go over and give them a like on their channel, because my reaction is not a substitute for their original content. So go over there and give them a like and show them some love. Watch it on their channel also. Yeah, so far so good. One of these days we're gonna do the Allison, what was it, Allison something Dorf, I can't remember, but we're gonna do that interview. But that interview is long. It's like an hour and 12 minutes. So when we do that one, probably gonna have to break it up into like 4 different parts. So yeah, so I was going to do that today, but I seen how long it was. I'm like, holy cow. It's like, yeah, I don't have time to do an hour video. I got to make 6 videos. So, but yeah, so yeah, we'll get to that sooner or later. But yeah, let's get back into this one and check out part 2 of this.
Hello, I am Paulina Villarreal. I am 18 years old. I am the drummer for the band The Warning. My name is Alejandra Villarreal. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico, and I'm the bass player for the band The Warning.
I'm Daniela Villarreal. I am the guitar player and lead singer of The Warning. So The Warning came to be in a very early stage of our lives. We started playing classical piano at a very young age. I think I was 6 and Pau was around 4.
It was a family environment of music.
We started playing the piano
Very
when we
early.
were very young. We started with like classical music. And then we bought this video game, Rock Band, the Rock Band.
The Rock Band.
Rock Band.
When we bought the game, that was the moment when we were like, hey, we want to do that.
We absolutely loved that video game. We played it all the time. I would just be like jumping around with my guitar. Pat would never let me play the drums because that was her thing and she was super good at it, and I was just like, no.
When we bought the game, I noticed Paulina, and she was like, like with so much coordination, and I told her like, look at Paulina.
But you need to take into account that I was like 6 years old at that time.
My next week, Paulina was in lessons.
The thing with Dani was she wanted the guitar because of the Rock Band, but we knew that it was gonna be difficult for her because she was 8 years old.
I asked my dad if I could play the guitar, and he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And he said 6 months. And by the week, I wanted to give up.
But she kept her promise, and by that time, she already started to love.
I was about 3 when we got the Rock Band, so I didn't actually play. She was a baby. Ale basically, when we were playing Rock Band, Ale was clapping next to us.
So yeah, it's interesting. That one video game changed her whole life. That's funny. And they always say video games are a waste of time and they don't amount to much. That's funny though. Yeah. So what the Rock Band, what was that on? Was that its own thing, or was that on Wii, or what platform was it? Was it, I'm thinking it was maybe its own platform. I never actually, I think I might have played it once at someone's house or something. I don't even remember. I kind of briefly remember playing it one time, and I tried the guitar because I don't know if they had drums or not. I'm not sure. At the person I went to. But yeah, because I kind of remember playing that once. I was more an Atari person. I played Atari 2600 a little bit, but mainly Atari 5200, the one that looked exactly like the arcade. I love that game. I still actually I just had it. I just sold it like 2-3 months ago or something. It wasn't long ago, just because I don't play it much anymore. But but yeah, I'm learning a lot here. Yeah, so I think next interview we'll try to do the Allison one. And then music wise, we're probably gonna do, what was it? Oh, Queen of the Murder Scene concert, and check that out, or CD or whatever's available. But yeah, let's get back into this and check out some more of this video.
Ale basically, when we were playing Rock Band, and I was clapping next to us. I picked the bass when I was about like 6 or 7, and I was like, ooh, I want to play that. Don't know what it is, but I want to play it. And when she started playing the bass, we started like thinking like, hey, these instruments, like we can play them together. We were like, oh, these 3 instruments actually make up a band. So we're like, we can start playing together.
We said like, why? We should play something together. And that was it.
We had no idea that we were gonna do what we're doing today, like at all.
For us, the decision to upload videos on YouTube was just like, we're gonna send it to our grandparents, the file is too big, let's upload it on YouTube and send them the link.
But suddenly they started getting a lot of attention.
All of a sudden, it exploded.
Our parents really reminded us that like this was for the music, and we could use that to start writing our own music. I think that was something that caused such a huge change in us, from just like, let's play for fun, to like, whoa, we're a band now.
Not everything comes without its sacrifices. It was tons and tons of practice.
Suddenly, You're not just a normal little teenager who goes to school, does her homework. You're playing shows, you're playing in festivals, and you're playing in front of a lot of people. Something that maybe like a lot of people my age take for granted, like going to parties, going to school, even like people who like, oh my god, I need to wake up at like 6 a.m. and go to school every day, was something that like we couldn't do.
And I appreciate the support of my parents and all that they had to go through to get us to this point, because for them, it was just as hard.
As a parent, you never know which one is the right path. We wanted to support them, like any parent, just try to give them what makes them happy.
We usually compare it, what we're doing and what is happening and what could have happened. But as we started playing more shows and as more people started to show up, especially like an
So, what was their parents doing at the time when they started like touring for the first time and going to shows and all that? Were they both working? Was one working, one not? What type of like things did they do? Because it's like, how did they get the time to do that? I know as a parent, it's hard to even like stop to take your kids to football practice or ballet or whatever, you know, to squeeze that in between the other things you got to do and everything. So I'm kind of curious about that too. And then, yeah, these guys, so did they do homeschooling during this time, or were they still actually going to school like normal and then coming home and practicing, doing homework and going to bed and just kind of repeat? So yeah, that's kind of interesting to know, because especially when you're that young, you're really not focused on doing that kind of thing normally. But yeah, let's get back into it and check out the rest of this.
started playing more shows and as more people started to show up, especially like at an international level, it was like that's where it really settled in. Like, whoa, like this is for real. We are so grateful that we have the opportunity to be playing these shows, working this way, writing music. Like all these opportunities don't happen to a lot of people.
Thanks to all of that and all the sacrifice that we put through as a team, and not only us, but our parents and our management, everyone is just so incredible. And I'm very grateful, not only that we did it, but that we were able to overcome it.
Ooh, okay.
If we weren't in a band,
If we weren't in music in general, because we always get out of that question, like, oh, it would be a songwriter. No, like, what would you do out of music?
Honestly, I think I would be a teacher.
A teacher.
A teacher.
No, you would be such a good boss.
You'd be a
Oh,
good, thanks.
Yeah. I would like to write. Yeah, I'd be a good
You
writer.
would be a writer.
I would have to do
Definitely.
something creatively. I couldn't.
Yeah.
No, like a job office. I honestly have no idea.
I think you would be a good model.
Ah! Sure.
Yeah.
Not really good at posing, but you know,
You'd be a
could
good
work.
model.
I could work on
You
that.
got the height,
you got the face.
Describe
three.
each other. Okay, let's do Pal first.
Creative.
Outspoken.
She's a spark.
She can also be a bit loud,
The life of the party.
energetic.
A great drummer, great singer.
She really drives what's happening.
She goes completely on passion.
Okay, so this is part 3. I'm not sure exactly how many parts there are. If there's another part, we may have to do the continuing tomorrow. So yeah, so I have no idea how many parts are in this thing. So yeah, so all right, let's get back into this and check some more of this out.
Paul is such a fan of music.
Drummer, singer, writer, composer.
Alpha, right in your face.
But she's so lovable.
I'm gonna take everything as a compliment. You. How would I describe myself though?
LA is so humble and so talented. She's technically incredible.
She can hang with the best of them.
Very bold.
She's observant and very persistent.
You are scary at times, but that is very useful.
Yo, Allie with the eye rolls. She's the most reserved, but to be honest, she may be the most animated.
You, Danny, you're very organized.
Older sister, protector. The same as she asks of herself, which is a lot, she asks of the team.
Disciplined, persistent.
She's a sweetheart.
She's honestly super nice. Like, I don't know how she does it.
She's the heart.
Very, very passionate.
She's a boss.
Danny is a powerhouse front woman.
I mean, she's up there with the top voices of female rockers.
She's a beacon of light in the darkness.
Oh my god, thank you guys.
See?
So nice.
And I'm scary. Jumping from covers to like writing our own music was, I think it came very naturally.
Pau has been writing songs since she was like, I don't know, maybe even 5. We would be like, I don't know, making lemonade. She was like, making lemonade.
We started writing as like a little experiment, and our first EP was basically those little experiments.
Our main focus for writing is rock and roll, but that doesn't mean that we don't listen or learn from any other genres.
I listen to a lot of K-pop, and I also listen to a lot of Japanese rock since it's so different. I listen to a lot of classical music, I listen to a lot of alternative music, I listen to a lot of K-pop.
I love rock and roll for its energy, and I wouldn't change that for our band, but it's great also to learn from all the different types of music that there's all around the world.
Good. I really liked it. The chorus is really good, and I think that one of the best things about this is that you put really quick melodies that go up and down very quickly, and in like Korean language, like that works so well because they have like so many like syllables.
Creatively, it's all them. The way they work is they start writing and composing, and then they get together, then they rehearse, and they don't show us anything.
As for what we speak about in our songs, well, most of the times they come from Pau's brain, and we're just like, that's genius, and we kind of tweak it out and make the song appropriate to that feeling that we're talking about.
So I usually just sit on the piano and I just play something until something comes out. And then I show Danny and Allie the song. I try to pitch it as best as I can. So they're like, oh my god, that's a great song, let's work on it.
Pau's the one who has like...
Okay, yeah. So most of it comes from out of Pau's head. She thinks of the songs and the melodies and stuff like that, I guess, from what they were saying. And then other things I heard before, that they get ideas from like what's going on around the world, the news, all that kind of thing, and then they speak on that in their songs sometimes. But yeah, very nice. Yeah, so I was gonna say, if you know how many episodes this is, drop it in the comments, but I might have to check it out after this video to see how many there are, because my video's got a 2-day delay. So like if I'm asking you a question today, I might not see the answer for 2 days from now. So the videos I make tomorrow, I still don't know the answers, so I may ask the question again, because I'm 2 days ahead on videos. So that way, in case something happens, or if I'm just so sick and tired that I gotta sleep or something, I have that extra day or in between or whatever to fall back on. Yeah, I didn't realize there was this many parts. I thought it was part 1 and part 2, so who knows. Oh, I see right there, the warning 3-6. Okay, I see it. All right, so yeah, we're gonna finish up on this one, and then we'll do the next 3 maybe tomorrow. So yeah, let's get back to this.
As I can. So they're like, oh my god, that's a great song, let's work on it.
Pau's the one who has like that muscle, that creativity to just like create little words out of nowhere.
We start working on it. We start adding the drums, the guitars, the bass, and we're all very involved in that process. And it's really fun because I know I play the bass, but I don't do my bass parts alone. Like, Paul helps me and Danny helps me, and it's the same for the drums, the vocals, and the guitars.
Since we are very, very opinionated, we like to be in each and every part of the process. So we're doing bass lines, we're all there. Each second is important.
We're all very involved in every part of the process, which I think makes every song unique, and it sounds like us. Honestly, we get along so well, but the only moments where we have like fights is when we're writing, because we have such different opinions about what a song should be. It's up to votes. 2 people, you win.
We work really, really well because we have this honesty to our communication.
We do have like that clear line between like bandmates and sisters. You need to look at it as like what's best for the band and not like, oh my god, like you're turning your back on me, like I'm your sister. No, like we're working.
Seeing them in the studio interact as bandmates and as sisters was really cool. It's just such a deeper level of connection. They know exactly what they need to do to support each other in all situations. When someone's cutting a vocal, when someone's cutting a guitar, like if it's going well or if there's hesitation, there's just like that sister connection was so cool to see that level of support.
They're sisters. I don't know how else to put it. It's like obvious that they're sisters, that they have each other's back, they finish each other's sentences, or they say the same thing at the same time.
When you're in a band, it's like you can break up. If this band were to disband, like they're still gonna be sisters, and no matter how heated or how big of a deal any of this is to any of us, I don't think it's more important than their family to them.
I'm so glad that we started writing our own music because there's like nothing that I love more. That's what we like doing the most, inspiring people with our own music.
And I have found out that my comfort zone is writing from the heart. It's literally, if I'm feeling a very strong emotion, the song comes out.
Oh, is that the end? It is the end. All right, so that's going to do it for our video for today. And we'll do the next 3 probably tomorrow, most likely. But yeah, so far so good. Learning quite a bit of things and how they think and how they do things. And that's the thing too, is you got to, if you're working together with family or good friends, you need to have a communication to where it's like, hey, I'm the boss, you're the employee, or we're working together. We can't. Family life is separate from work life, and you gotta literally believe that, and both people or however many people needs to do that. Because if you're going in there thinking it's going to be the same, you're doomed to fail. I mean, it's just going to happen. I've had that happen before where I was the boss and I had family members working for me, in-laws, family members, my parents, and, I pretty much fired pretty much all of them just because they were thinking that they can get away with things. They were, being lazy or whatever the case may be. And it's like, work is work, home is home. 2 different things. Pretend I'm not related to you. It's got to do what you got to do. You wouldn't do this if you had a different boss, So yeah, you got to have that communication and that understanding if you're going to try that. My advice is never do it. But anyway, yeah, so thank you for stopping by. Please like, comment, subscribe. You beautiful people have a great day, and goodbye for now.